Hello and welcome back. Welcome to your reading. I hope everyone's having a good day or night wherever they are in this planet Earth of ours. I'm going to pull some cards for you, and it's going to be what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. So, let's get into whatever spirit or the universe needs to tell you right now. Hold on. Always do a good shuffle. Clear, honest messages for the collective here. Get some rest, bitch, is what I heard. Sorry for cursing so early, but we have the card of rest out here. I don't know if there's a kind of a difficult energy around this because I feel like some of you genuinely need the okay, it's okay to rest energy, and others are like, hey, get honest with yourself with when you need to rest and when you need action, because there's always a moment where you have to kind of get up again and start doing and moving in a way that aligns with you. And I feel like that Four of Swords is just out here. It's also sideways here. We also have the King of Pentacles. I kind of laid down there for some reason. King of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. Oh my, we have so many cards that fell out here. So we have King of Pentacles sideways, Knight of Pentacles reversed, Queen of Swords reversed, Five of Wands, Ace of Wands. Oh. Oh. I think some of y'all understand when you need to rest and when you don't need to rest. Because this is very, very odd. I feel like there's a lot of people that want you to be stuck in the Knight of Pentacles upright, because that's usually a lot of hesitation. At least that's how I see it most times. And the fact that it's coming out in reverse, it's like you're really, some of you are genuinely being honest with yourself of when you, itchy, sorry. You're being honest with yourself of when you need to rest and when you need to move. And I think this has made you very clearly decisive. But the Five of Wands out here is like, there is a lot of chaos around, not necessarily you. There could be a lot of chaos around you currently. Give in mind the chaos currently going on in the world is besides that. You almost feel like there's a lot of people downing your name, downplaying it, this person isn't all that they're chalked up to be. They just say all of this stuff and they have it's like no evidence to prove something, when it's like the evidence is in your actions. And maybe there's a lot of energy of you don't need to put all the evidence out there for people to see certain groups of people as they are. It's almost like they put the evidence out there for them, but it was really putting evidence out for you. The evidence you also wanted to put out, they just did it themselves. Their actions speak way louder than their words. There's an energy of that Queen of Swords where it's this Queen of Swords energy is very just particular about how they are viewed, because they are straight up a liar. This is such interesting and intriguing energy, because I feel like you are sitting here as a very well matured King of Pentacles. And when we get into all the different court cards, King of Pentacles is one of the last court cards in the order that it follows. Pentacles are usually one of the last suits that are followed in that order, because they represent a lot of maturity and chapters of our life, things that we value, but we can't get those physical things if we don't start from square one, which is usually Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, or Ace of Wands, depending on who you talk to or depending on the energy. We need an idea, and a passionate one at that, for what we desire to create this thing that we desire. You've been on this path, and some people, I feel like, are so chaotically trying to figure out how you can possibly still be on this path, how it's even possible for you after all that they put you through. And it's so strange, because it's you have been getting this similar message for a while. I feel like you've been hearing the call, hearing the signs. And I also want you to notice how well you've been holding yourself up during all of this. You have become fully aware and matured in your being, in your soul, in your life, and how you want to live it. And you're not sugarcoating anything. You're just like, this is what I got to do, this is what I need to do. And I feel like this is very reflective to recently. I've been making a whole routine for my dancer part of myself. If you've been on this channel, you know I talk about my dancing stuff. There's a lot of metaphors for dancing and tarot that I love to just, it's an easy explanation. But me, I've been really, really solidifying, like, hey, like, I'm actually going to work out every day in some fashion that helps me with my dance. Whether it's literally doing, like, simple workouts, or I'm, like, doing those hard, like, really intense workouts. And obviously having a day of rest, but I also, like, certain days that can be for rest can be for, like, doing yoga and stretching and stuff like that, like the kind of low impact sort of things. And it keeps my body in check. It keeps me in check. And I've really fallen in love with the system I've kind of came up with through the research that I've done. And I feel like there's a lot of energies that you're extruding like that. Like, you're getting really comfortable with, like, okay, yeah, if I want to go in this direction in my life, this is what I'm going to have to do. And it's really just like clear, a little cutthroat with the Queen of Swords energy, because it's kind of double your energy, but you are the upright Queen of Swords. I feel like a lot of chaotic energies around you are the reverse Queen of Swords, where it's a lot of gossip, a lot of hearsay, a lot of, oh, well, I'm just going to be a bitchy attitude because I'm insecure about myself, is really that Queen of Swords reversed. Queen of Swords upright is like, no, I'm drawing these lines in the sand because this is actually what we're going to build. This is the blueprint. This is the plan. This is how I'm going to pursue my direction. And it's in a way of, like, it's a lot of blueprint stages. It's why I've kind of mentioned my routine with all the working out, because it's something I'm starting. I started yesterday, technically, from filming this. And I'm only on my second day, but I've been constantly doing research. Like, I've been gaining this idea of how I want to structure it, but I'm still actively doing it, kind of a thing. And I feel like that's you with your activities, passions, hobbies, whatever it may be. Because I feel like it's a lot of different things, especially surrounded by, like, career. It doesn't have to be like a job career, but it's like something you consider, like, if you were to do it for the rest of your life and be able to call it a career, it would basically be a career because you want to do it for the rest of your life. Um, and you've been very passionate about this idea, and you've grown a lot. And the reason I feel like you're getting a lot of this energy of, hey, there are people trying to figure you out, and, like, not so nice people trying to figure you out. It's this, like, constantly running circles around themselves, trying to figure out, well, how could you possibly get to this level of comfortability. Like, they're trying to find any which way to be like, oh, well, they don't actually appreciate that, or they're actually pretty insecure about that, but then you and your actions prove otherwise, and then they have no words. Like, let's say someone's, like, really insecure about how they look, and you are very comfortable with how you look, and even on bad days, like, you don't care. Like, it's just, okay, yeah, like, maybe I need to drink more water, or maybe I need some of this, or maybe I need some rest. Like, some people are like, oh, well, they must be insecure about themselves, and then they hear you speak and hear you talk and see how you hold yourself, and you have no insecure bone in your body about it. And I'm hearing that says a lot about, more about them than it does about you, obviously. But the reason you've been seeing all of these different, like, tarot read videos, probably, and little synchronicities and signs, is to get you to wake up to where you currently are in your mind. You are this matured King of Pentacles here. I almost said King of Swords, but, like, it still applies to the Pentacles. You've directed your energy and created things in a way to where you can say that everything around you was something you built yourself. Everything that you know, all the skills and like talents that you have, you taught yourself, you built yourself, or you went out and looked and did research yourself by yourself. And I feel like this energy is really, really interesting because I also want to see like what other advice needs to be like said here. We have Two of Pentacles and Two of Swords. Anytime you're uncertain about where to go, you find that balance again. And I want you to recognize when you do this because I feel like the universe, spirit, cosmic consciousness kind of energy is just like you picking up on the idea that when you do this, like this is something to keep doing. You are very clear about your intentions and you don't want them to be almost like picking sides, like, oh, I must pick one thing or the other within myself, when you're like, no, I can provide balance with both things here. Two of Pentacles, you can create that level of balance. And I feel like a lot of this has to do with the fact that some of you are doing things a little bit out of spite, but it's not even out of spite at first. You're just sitting here like, damn, people really want me to be blind to stuff. People really want you to be blind to something. And you're sitting there like, well, if I'm having a literal blindfold over my face, I'm going to use my skills and talents to find my direction, to find the way out, to find my way through something and not just over and around it and beating around the bush. Like, you're going to make it through because you have done this before. And I feel like some people are just like so willing to like give up on this balance. Like when I see these two sort of wisping in the air, it's almost like, oh well, I shouldn't worry about the creating balance. I should just move on to this other thing. And then they're sitting there wondering why their manifestations aren't really like manifestations, creations, things they're trying to like opportunities they're trying to bring into their life. They're wondering why it's not working out in the way they want it to work out. But it's this constant energy of someone always trying to find a new idea through something, a new idea around something, a new idea over something, and not really working through the main idea that they had kind of had in the beginning. You've been doing that. Like, you've been working with this main idea since the beginning, since the get-go, since before you even met this weird-ass chaotic group of people. And I feel like a lot of it unfortunately can be family that's like really trying to like get right with themselves because they see that you're not acting in the way that they've always said that you were supposed to act, or this is how collective is, this is how they are, they're just this, they're just that. And then the more that they're saying that, the more that they're finding out it's not true with the way that you move. So it actually holds like zero weight when other people are hearing it. It's almost like people aren't really like paying any mind to it because either they don't care to listen to other people's gossip and drama, or some people are like, yo, could you stop? Like, collective's moving actually at a really good pace and they're doing very, very well for themselves. I don't know why you need to like downplay it, kind of a thing. And they may not be saying that outright, but that's like, I feel like a lot of people's attitude, like, hey, could you just stop? Like, collective's doing really great right now, and you're a weirdo for saying otherwise, is really this energy. Oh, I feel like we're gonna switch decks here. I'm gonna go to this Oracle deck because I'm really curious of like how these people are coming up in your life, and I may need to go and look at the book for a second. I'm not gonna read from the book because I feel like I just need to read a specific word to really get an idea of these characters. And like, I feel like I'm getting the energy of a curious cat that has no good intention at all. Like, even that curiousness, I feel like, especially with that Queen of Swords, there's a constant mirror that's being projected anytime they try to like look into you or figure you out, or like ask people about you or look into you like online or social media type stuff. And during all of this, you're just like, okay, yeah, sure. Like, if you're gonna look, okay. And Whether you're looking at their stuff or not and looking into them out of sheer curiosity, I feel like the whole reason you want to look into it and that you feel drawn to, because don't feel bad for feeling that you need to like look into some of these characters, it's all a big giant lesson to understand who you truly have become, like a reminder of like you're way past their BS, and also how much you have healed from the yammering that people be having, all right? Because people be talking and talking and talking, and you're just kind of like fully healed from it. We have the shark and the moth. Ooh, okay, I don't even need the book for this. I feel like some people, they don't understand how you have gotten to this point. You have constantly torn down very negative, toxic things. You have uprooted so much about your soul and rebirthed yourself into something new. And some people are like, oh, well, they haven't done this process. When you've done it over and over and over and over again, to where it would drive these people insane to try and actually do this. You have grown and gone through a huge metamorphosis with this. As Moth card is this big representation of true awakening and enlightenment into yourself and feeling wholeheartedly confident and understanding that it's like this isn't the perfect image. Like this is still something that we're gonna constantly have things that are obstacles in our way, or things that we need to heal, that we need to break down and rebirth. And we have those cycles in our life in just the seasons that we experience in on Earth here. The whole idea of spring, summer, fall into winter, and then being rebirthed into spring again. You do this with your life. You're constantly following this cycle of rebirth, of life, death, and rebirth. And the fact that people are sitting here being like, oh yeah, no, you ain't that, you ain't this, you ain't shit, is what I'm hearing. Hi, ma'am. My roommate's cat is joining us now. You wanna come up? She likes, and I'm reading cards. Also, I got the blanket on me, so it's like, she's gonna be cozy. And I feel like when it comes to your spiritual, like, protectors, because I feel like some of you have a lot of, like, protective guides, ancestors, specifically for some of you. Your ancestors do not fuck around with this shit, okay? They do not fuck around about you, okay? Hey, ma'am. No, no, ma'am. Stay here. I still need to read cards. It's almost like your ancestors are these sharks kind of lurking in the dark and like ready to, I hear, pounce. Ready to pounce once some people start acting weird. But also, some people are this shark energy as well, because I feel like when they show their teeth, like they're all bark, no bite. They just want to show their teeth and feel like you're going to be scared and threatened. And it's like, no, you're a shark. You know how to redirect a shark. Have you ever seen people actually redirect a live shark? They literally take the nose of the shark, and what they do is they essentially either push it down or push it in a different direction. Because one thing about sharks is they always have to be swimming forward. They can't stop swimming. It's the one thing that actually like keeps them alive. And I almost feel like that's somebody's like path here. Like they really feel like that they can only move in one direction. And any time that like it doesn't work out for them, it's like a constant like life's redirecting them. But they need to understand to get out of that shark energy in order to really fully embody what they want to be and believe that they can be in their life. And it's really this like double entendre with the shark, because while your ancestors, spirit guides, someone's ancestors genuinely don't fucking play. And I'm hearing that they are grateful that you are grateful for that, but it's also like, let them cook, don't worry about it, they'll handle it. Um, but that redirection, I was talking about redirecting that shark energy, like that's them with the energy that's sent your way. And I'm hearing that if you feel like you need to do a bit of protection work, spell work, if you're into that craft, find a way to sort of protect yourself. Um, you can do the simple like thing of, ma'am, Sorry, when she gets really cozy, she starts drooling. She's so cozy right now. I feel like she sees herself in the my monitor's right here, so I think she sees herself in the camera. Yeah. Yeah, ma'am. Um, there's again, ah, there's this energy of when your ancestors redirect energy. It's not like a hey, we could use some help, but it's almost like I feel like some of your ancestors are slightly overworked, and if you've been being called to get some sort of protective thing, do protective workings, or have something of a protective energy, there's a lot of like frequencies and like sort of like not really meditations, but like protective frequencies that you can use. There's a lot of sounds when it comes to like different hertz and frequencies and stuff like that. There's stuff that you can do there, I'm hearing, but also even the easiest one I'm hearing that you can do is just the mantra of I'm rubber, you're glue, whatever you say bounces off of me and sticks to you. That is a return to sender energy kind of working. And sometimes just speaking it and using that spoken word can be very, very powerful because when you hold so much true intention into it, that energy is tenfold what you think it could be. And I think we're going to switch decks here in a second. Ma'am, her little engines are going now. She's purring. You like the butt squitches? Do you like the butt squitches? I also think she's really curious of why she sees herself in the camera on on the screen here. She's like, wait, why is that me? Ma'am, you're drooling everywhere. No, thank you. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Oh, goodness me, you're so cute. What else for this collective? What else do they need to hear? Would you like to pick a card for them? No? Okay. No, no ma'am. No ma'am. Oh, hello. Oh, and anytime you feel too caught up, it's almost like someone wants you to forget, like, how you did this, why you're doing all of this, and the Nine of Wands is out here very, like, I feel very like confused, but I feel like that's sort of like the message that's trying to come out. Like I feel like people want you to be confused and not reconcile with yourself on something. The Devil card and the Magician, you the Magician reversed, mind you. There are people who really want you to rethink what you're doing, to oh, they should just stay confused. They should just stay in this devil energy. They can't manifest anything, and everything that you're doing is literally reverse. Like you are truly creating a lot of energy that is pushing you past so much devil like energy than before, that I feel like the Nine of Wands is out here. The only reason you're looking back on certain things is to see how powerful and abundant you've become within yourself. When I mean by abundant, you've become abundant in self awareness, self knowledge, and self love. A lot of confidence is exuding from you, and that's what's making people truly, truly frustrated and annoyed. Like, they can't get to you, they can't bother you because, oh, well, they're just gonna be like this, they're just gonna be like that. Collective isn't gonna push past this when that's all that you're doing currently is pushing past a lot of these um, energetical sort of, I want to say boundaries, but like not in that way. It's like boundaries of negativity that people are sending your way. And I feel like the shark energy has uh more meanings than just one. You rebuilding yourself to this current state has brought you to a huge level of commitment to your path. We have the Three of Wands and the Lovers. You genuinely feel so compassionate about like the work that you've done up until this point. Like almost like you could die happy right now, even though you know that there's still work to be done in this life that you truly desire and feel like you are grateful to be a part of and grateful to be living in this life. You have this so, such confidence within yourself, within your ability to actually work out these plans. Like I was saying with the whole dance routine stuff, like you're actively working out the plan while still working on the plan at the same time, because you know things can always change, you know plans can always change, but the commitment and the level to the commitment will never fucking change. That will never ever change. And I feel like the big message is to not only release judgment on the situation and these people, it's like this releasing of judgment in a way that it feels like you are so grateful that you went through horrible people, because you wouldn't be able to stand in this level of strength and strong commitment towards self and your life and the things you want to bring into your life. You wouldn't have had this level of strength within yourself if you didn't go through these shitty people, like really horrible, just very grotesque energies. And it sucks that we have to go through those things to learn these things about ourselves and feel confident in ourselves. But you're being forever thankful and forever grateful. And I almost feel like some of you want to say that to some of these people's faces. But in that, I feel like that energy is obviously energetically stirring the pot, because you are literally saying nothing to these people, doing nothing to these people, and you just actively living in this committed life towards yourself, committed action towards yourself and towards the world. Oh, I don't know how this happened. Oh, you've cleared out so much shit that it's just left people picking at scraps of what they think they could become. The vulture cards out here. Interesting. I wanted to say, like, to finish the whole, you want to be, like, say thank you to these people outright, but even just you moving in silence is actively stirring the pot of these people's brains, because they can't understand and they can't get enough of, like, wanting to understand how you got to where you are, because it must be for some ulterior motive reason. Excuse me. Like, it genuinely feels like people think that you have some crazy ulterior motive towards something, and you just don't. Like, you have no ulterior motive at all. And through this has been crazy gratitude through the self. Like that vulture card with the phoenix card, the more that you're rebirthing, the more that these people are just picking up scraps of, like, who you used to be. Like, you understand that you've had to heal a lot about yourself, and we're not all perfect people. Even now, you're not saying you're perfect, but you're saying, I'm grateful for what I've healed in myself, because it took time and it took a lot of honesty within you. And the things that you've been shedding, people have been picking at and being like, oh, well, that they're just like this, they're just that. Like literal, like birds that keep cawing and cawing, and just like they can't stop speaking about these, like, really old negative things that maybe you used to do, or maybe it's like not even like bad things that you used to do, just things that didn't sit right with them and who they were. And it's like, it couldn't have been negative at all. It could have just been all up to personal preference and personal opinion. Because I feel like it's a lot of that. I feel like for someone who's got, like, religious family, or I could say conservative family, but I'm gonna say that in the families that have very strict set ways of believing how their family dynamic works. They're like, this works because, oh, we're all just a-holes, we're all just this, and we're the a-holes to the a-holes, because sometimes you gotta be an a-hole in life. And it's like, no, sometimes you gotta be an a-hole to people who are being disrespectful to you, because if people are gonna give disrespect, they're gonna get disrespect, kind of that energy. but all you've done is given people respect, and then all of they've handed back is disrespect. So you took that and you're like, okay, bye, deuces, like I'm out of here, not dealing with that. And people just kind of want to constantly pick at the fact that you gave them their disrespect back, and you said that you didn't like that. I don't want that in my energy. I don't want to be around that. And these people are like, oh yeah, well, if they weren't if collective wasn't so disrespectful. And it's like, you were only disrespectful because that's what they dished out. You literally returned that to sender verbally and said, I don't want this ain't my BS, take it back. And then they're treating that like, oh well, you're just such a disrespectful, ungrateful person. That's the energy that you're really growing from, but also that double energy of like, you've come so far that to be grateful for this healing is the key thing for you here. And I'm feeling like there could be a little bit more, but I don't remember. I have to double check where my circle cards are. Hold on, ma'am, we're going on an adventure. I know. We're going on a crazy adventure. I read tarot, uh, and do all that stuff outside of this room. So sometimes I'll have to take some cards with me. So that's why they were in that bag. But these last circle cards are going to be the clarifier, signifier to anyone who feels like they need an extra little sign that this message was for them, and some awesome, grateful last minute advice. 'Cause I feel like you guys are grateful for all the signs and synchronicities that you are seeing and healing. And I feel like you're seeing the healing, like within yourself. You're seeing how healed you've become over these people and over these types of energies. Because you understand that it's not just going to stop with these people in the past or these past family members. Like, these are people that are probably going to have to, like, you're going to have to experience in the future, because, you know, we never stop experiencing negativity in certain things. I want to say, you know, some people are just gonna be a dick just to be a dick, but you are well beyond equipped to handle these people now. The Pilgrim. Ooh, some of y'all need to just journey, physically or metaphysically, I'm hearing. I feel like if some of you want to journey with your guides, your ancestors, they are more than welcome and more than happy to kind of give you that spiritual hug on the other side, is another thing I'm hearing. Ooh. And keep being the judge and justice of your own life. You are seeing things for what they actually are. You don't care how much the truth hurts you or somebody else. You're saying it for what it is, and you're leaving it at that, because you're really cutting that line between like truth and lies, and just being like, hey, we're not mixing these up anymore. We're not sugarcoating anything, and we're not exaggerating the truth and uh, putting a little white lie onto this. We're not doing that because you made a promise to yourself long ago. You're not backing down now. You're not backing down when you made that promise to that younger part of you, and you genuinely vowed to keep this promise of being honest and being yourself and feeling like, yes, I got this. I can do this myself. And because you're doing that, because you are fulfilling this like actual promise, there is that gratitude from spirit, from universe, your guides, ancestors, that are like so grateful that you finally, it's like they finally get it, but not in like you've been missing the point the whole time. They knew they had to bring you to this point, or have you follow each and every little step up this sort of ladder or the staircase to get to this grateful feeling and within yourself, to get to this almost completed promise. You promised your younger self something, and you've given that younger self something. And I'm getting that is going to make someone really emotional, because I'm feeling it. Like, You gave your younger self a promise. It could have been when you were 20 years old, younger, or when you were 15, or when you were 3 years old. Who knows? Whatever it was. You gave your younger self a whole vow of a promise. You vowed never to do that to yourself ever again. Never to, like, have people get to you. She's scratching my yoga mat, but my yoga mat is like pretty thick, so it doesn't really matter that she's scratching it. Oh, I didn't even notice the microphone is over here. It's a little, sorry if I've been a little quiet throughout the video, my bad. You gave yourself such this like grateful promise. And I'm hearing grateful as in like it is a great, grand, big promise here. You weren't ever going to treat yourself with disrespect the way that people have treated you with disrespect. You weren't ever going to treat yourself with disrespect because you told yourself the hard truth about things. You did this because it healed part of you. It healed parts of your own physical body. The vessel always kind of gives me this energy of like how we are a vessel for our souls, but how this body in this incarnation we get to do with like how we please. Some people are really rude and mean to their bodies, and other people are really grateful and wanting to heal every bit of their body that they can. And that is you. You I feel like you were very grateful the fact that you knew you had years ahead of you. You had like it's like I hear years ahead of you. Like if you're thinking back to your younger self in your 20s, you're like, well, I still have my 30s, I still have my 40s, my 50s, my 60s. Like you still had time. And I think you're grateful for holding this promise and holding yourself to this vow, this like grateful gift of completing this promise and keeping this promise to yourself. And I'm hearing maybe even keeping a promise to somebody else. Like I'm just going to put this as an example because I feel like this is somewhat similar. I moved from the East Coast to the Midwest for the love of my life, and we did not want to do long distance, and they had an opportunity to stay here in a room with some people, and we like talked it out, we planned it. Definitely moved very fast from a lot of other people's standpoint. But when I first left and moved here officially, because I drove all the way from the East Coast to the Midwest, had a little car trouble, but it wasn't really bad. It was just some computer car trouble. Sometimes there's a computer in the car that doesn't want to like talk to the rest of the hardware in the car. So we made it here, and we've learned a lot, and we've been here for about 2 years now. I think actually our full like 2 years of moving here just passed about like 10 days ago. And before I officially moved here, I gave my dad a wholehearted promise, a vow. I told my dad that, hey, I'm going to call you every week, every single week if I can. If I can't, we'll find another day to talk, kind of a thing. I gave him that vow, I gave him that promise. I have not broken that promise for 2 whole years, and I will continue to keep that promise because it is Thursday and I call him every Sunday. Every Sunday I call him just to catch up. Even if we have nothing to talk about, I keep that promise just because I love my dad. He has done so much in my life that I will forever be grateful for. And I can't thank him enough for a lot of things. So like he deserves that phone call every week. It's mainly for just the both of us to keep this shared bond that we've had through a lot of things that we both kind of have a bit of shared trauma around. And I've kept that promise for a whole 2 years and will continue to keep that promise and will continue to let him know, hey, I'm busy this Sunday, I'll call you tomorrow, kind of a thing. Or if I only have a few seconds to like call, I'll be like, hey, I want to catch up a bit, maybe tomorrow again. Or I will maybe call him about something random in the middle of the week if I just want to talk to him and like tell him about it. But even like the past conversations that we've had, there's really not been much going on that we just continue to keep calling each other, to keep like actively expressing like, hey, this is a promise that we both made, but specifically I vow to do every single week for a whole however many years I'm gonna be in the Midwest and away from him while he's in the East Coast. So uh, thank you, Dad. You're amazing. He doesn't really watch my content, but if you were ever to randomly see this video, you're awesome. I love you. And I feel like that energy of like, you've kept a promise for longer than 2 years, longer than 3, longer than 4. You've kept a promise to yourself. It could be months too. It doesn't have to be a whole year. That's totally fine. Still keep that credit. Don't discredit the promise that you've kept to yourself, because that is the energy of this vow here, and how you've been treating your body, your mind, your vessel, your whole entire soul with this honest, truthful, like, promise, this key that has been able to get you to see the grander parts of your life and your path and what you vow to do for yourself in the future. Because I feel like you have this committed level of energy that this Lover's card that's coming out here is like, you're committed to releasing judgment on a lot more than just these people and yourself. I feel like a lot of you are working to release judgment around your path and how you choose it, because now you're more confident than ever to move in a way that is for you. And I want you to be forever fucking grateful for the amount of work that you've been doing for yourself. Do not doubt it for 1 second. And I'm hearing that if you have this energy of the shark, of like, not necessarily this like lurking energy, because what does it say in the book? There's a specific way they word the shark that's very, very clever in my opinion. No. Oh, there it is. The shark, directness, exposure, revealing true nature and desire. Like, okay, yeah, that energy of revealing true nature and desire. It's almost like when you do show your teeth, there's this energy of like, someone must have messed up real good, because the fact that they had to get you to show your teeth so they could essentially, it's almost like the light shining off your teeth in a mirror way of like just you shining their projections right back at them. That's where I feel this like, they're running away and hiding and cowering in a corner and pretending that they're not scared to like other people when they genuinely are, because they wouldn't say that shit to your face, would they? Even if they do, there's a lot that they wouldn't say to your face because they know they're wrong, and they can't help but feel that they know that they're wrong. But someone here is really, really stubborn on being right, because they can't fathom that they're not right. They can't fathom that they're wrong. They can't fathom that you're exactly everything that they want to be, which is wholeheartedly confident in yourself and in your path and in the work that you do. So with that, I'm going to bid you adieu. Would you like to say anything for the peoples? She's really quiet when I give her scritches. She's only vocal when she wants scritches, so. Alright, ma'ams. Hi, ma'ams. No, ma'ams. No, ma'ams. This is my roommate's cat, but she's, like, in love with me or something. Also, she just really likes hanging out in this area, so, like, I constantly give her pets all the time. So now she's just like, oh, a human who's here all day to give me pets? Yes, ma'am. Are you gonna go over there? Okay. Where are you going? Where are you going, huh? Oh, you see yourself? Yeah, that's you. You're so cute. I'm sorry I have to bring you down here, but you gonna say goodbye? Gonna say goodbye to everyone? Bye. I didn't really say hi, but bye. Thank you for listening to this reading. I appreciate you for letting me tap into your energy and read your cards, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye. You want to say bye again? She just keeps seeing herself in the in the thing. It's so cute. Anyway, bye.